So lately, I've been hearing a lot of creators kind of panicking, saying it's harder now than ever to get started on YouTube or to just grow a channel. Not with AI, with all of the, new gurus that have popped up on the scene. And it's like, how do you compete in this crowded market with AI now here and faceless channels and all of that? Actually, I think that if you're over 40 or over 50, I think you're sitting on a huge opportunity. I think it's easier now. And I've been doing this now for over 17 plus years, and I've seen a lot of changes. I've seen a lot of creators come and go. And I can tell you this, we're sitting on a huge opportunity right now. If you're over 40, over 50, and you're watching this, you probably are sitting on a huge opportunity. So what am I talking about? Well, first off, you have something that a lot of the creators that are coming up don't. Not all of them, but a lot. And that is, you have wisdom. If you are over 40, you have a ton of wisdom. You've experienced things. You've experienced life. You've learned things. You've failed. You've recovered. All of that. I mean, myself personally, I've been doing this now for 17 plus years, and I have failed, and I've succeeded, and I've failed, and I succeeded. And all of those are lessons that you can't just be 25 or be 30 and have. So that's a huge advantage for us alone. Just that right there is some wisdom. Let me know in the comments, what is something that you have experience in that someone that is younger than you wouldn't have? Let me know that in the comments. So that's the first thing, is we have wisdom and we have experience. And so I want you to think about this for a second. This is what I'm doing anyway, is like, I want you to think to yourself, how can you use that? How can you use that as leverage? And how can you stand out? The second thing that I really believe that we have that's working for us now, especially with AI, is that there's a lot of people that are trying to use AI to do less work. They don't want to do this. They want to basically be behind the scenes and not be on camera. And they want to use AI to do a lot of the work for them. And I get it, because it's easier. But what we're doing, like right now, doing a video like this, and you could do one just like this, is we're being real. We're being authentic. AI is not going to do this. Now, could it in the future? Maybe it could come close, but I really think that that's a long ways off. And I still think there's going to be this where you're going to want that human connection. I really, truly do. And so I think now that AI is so, running rampant where everyone's jumping on it, now what's going to happen is videos like this are going to stand out. Videos like this are going to stand out because there's not going to be as many of them, or at least you're going to be able to point them out. Let me ask you a question. If you land on a video and you're watching it and you know that it was created with AI, how do you feel? Do you immediately jump off? Do you continue to watch it? Here's what I do. I'll just tell you what I do. I basically will start to watch the video and then I'll notice that it's AI and I will basically bail. I'm out of there. And here's why. Because I know that someone can just get the information from ChatGPT. They can create a script. They can create an AI clone or something like this. And then they can just have AI create the video and do it. Or they don't even have to have a face. They can do faceless and just, do like B-roll. So I know that that's the case. So I'm like, I can just basically go get this on ChatGPT. Like, why am I going to sit here and watch a ChatGPT video? So when I see it, I'm bailing. Let me know what you do when you notice that you're watching an AI generated video. Now, the other thing that we have going for us is because, like I just said, everyone else is kind of like leaning into AI. And now being able to have videos that are less edited, less B-roll, less flashy graphics, it's actually easier now to create videos than it was, let's say, a year and a half ago. By the way, I went down the road of creating fancy graphics, highly edited, shot with a professional camera, like all that stuff. I did that. And now that stuff is actually coming across as not authentic. And so now less people are sticking around for that. And things like this right now, let me just give you an example. So I am standing in the wooded area near my house, and I'm sitting out here. There's a pond behind me, okay? And I'm sitting here with my Osmo, my iPhone, and I am recording this video. And what I've realized, because I'm looking at the analytics all the time, well, these videos that I've been shooting like this in the woods have been the highest retention that I've had. And why is that? Well, you could say because you're in a cool kind of like wooded area, right? It's pretty cool, you know, nice little scenery and stuff. Just feels like you're in nature. That's part of it. But it's also because it's not as common. It's not me sitting in the office. It's not me sitting in a professional studio. It's different and it's real and it's authentic. And you can see my breath right now because it's like 21 degrees here in South Carolina, which is insane. And that also makes it where our thumbnails are actually easier to create now. Because all that I'm doing here is I'm taking a screenshot from a video and I am basically using that, very little bit of editing, and I'm just putting a little bit of text on that thumbnail. And when you're able to do that, look at that sun beaming. Woo, that's nice. When you're able to do that, it makes it a lot easier for you to create a thumbnail. Now we're just going to be creating thumbnails that are going to get someone to be interested. And when you're seeing all these flashy thumbnails with highly edited graphics and all of that, now that looks like everyone else. What's going to stand out? A thumbnail like this. Like I could sit here right here and take a screenshot of this and that could be the thumbnail. Or I could move to this spot right here while I'm talking in the video and that could be the thumbnail. So it's all going to come down to how do we stand out? And for us, people over 40 and 50, we have that advantage. And, you know, we might have a few wrinkles. And guess what? Those wrinkles, that's an advantage for us. Like those mean that we've been around, you know, as much as we want to hide those wrinkles. That's our history. That's like our wisdom. We've been through things. And so I would encourage you to lean into that. That's what I'm doing. And so I really do think right now we are sitting on a huge opportunity because we are older, we have more wisdom to share. And I'm not saying that if you're 25, you don't have wisdom. Yeah, you've got some wisdom. You've got things that you've learned in the books. You've got things that you've learned a little bit in the real world. But I'm 53 years old. I've been married for 31 years. I've got 3 grown kids. I've now got 3 grandkids and 1 on the way. I've lived. So if you've lived, share it and then show up. And that's how we're going to be able to stand out. And I think that's incredible. So why not lean into that? And here's the other thing is a lot of people think that you have to have a massive, massive audience in order to, you know, build a sizable income. And depending on what you're trying to do. And the truth is, you actually don't. This channel right here, Live Video School, is only about 18, 19 months old and has already generated well over 6 figures. And from not a huge audience. And I actually shot a video, I'll put it right here. I shot a video where I break down how I was able to generate my first 6 figures with just 1,000 subscribers on my first channel. So if you want to watch that, I'll put it right there. Hit record, get a video up. People need to hear from you.